A man says, "I can't breathe." We now have the video. He dies because the police did not believe him. Here's the video.
You're bringing the fight to this, not us.
I'm not fighting it at all.
Then have a seat and provide your arm. This is your last opportunity. Otherwise, you're going face down on the mat, and we're going to keep on going.
Just need a minute, okay? Please.
We don't have no minute.
Okay? You can't do it. I'll do it willingly, as told you. Please don't. Okay. I'll do it willingly. I'll do it willingly. I'll do it willingly. I promise. I'll do it willingly. I'll do it willingly. I'll do it willingly. I promise you will. I'll do it willingly. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Just stop yelling.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't. Please help. I can't breathe. I'll do it willingly. I'll do it willingly.
Just relax and stop resisting.
Let me breathe. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. Please.
Stop moving.
I can't breathe.
The more you move, the worse it's gonna be, bro.
You're pushing on my chest. I can't breathe. I can't. You're pushing. Oh my God. Wait. No.
Edward.
Wake him up.
Hey, wake up. Hey, son. You got a syringe?
Sure you got a pulse on him.
Edward.
Hold his head, lift his head up. Give his airway open.
Edward.
They killed him. They killed him, and there was an attempt to cover that video up. But we have the video now. Let's put up a picture of Mr. Edward Bronstein. He should be alive today. That's Edward with his daughter, Isabella. His death happened about 2 months before George Floyd's murder at the hands of Derek Chauvin and other cops. Bronstein's family is now suing over the 2020 death. They have called for charges against these officers, and I joined them in this. Now, I know some will comment on this when we put it on social media and say things like, "Well, Doc, he's not black. And he should be alive. He's dead. He's a human being." My dear brother Ben Jealous was on my show not too long ago, and we discussed two dynamics. We discussed what's called the racial bias index of police officers and the aggression index of police officers. And he has some interesting research that he cites, and he talks about how if a cop has a low racial bias index but a high aggression index, situations like that will still happen. There's still a problem in the culture. When you have a cop that has a high racial bias index and a high aggression index, you have disaster happening damn near every day. It is still part of the culture that we must eradicate in this country. Let me give you some background to this story. Here are the details. Edward Bronstein was 38 years of age. He died March 31st, 2020. After the California Highway Patrol sought to take a blood sample following a traffic stop for allegedly driving under the influence, according to lawyers of the family and court documents. The family has now filed a wrongful death lawsuit in December 2020, but they also want LA County DA to file criminal charges against the officers. The wrongful death lawsuit alleges officers used excessive force and did not pursue medical care in a timely fashion. I agree, they did not. The family attorney, Michael Carrillo, said, and I quote, not one officer took the action to pull the others off of him, pull him to the side, or something to give him air. When they finally flip him over, he's lifeless. Now, let's go to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner. The LA County Medical Examiner's office, they ruled Bronstein's cause of death as acute methamphetamine intoxication during a restraint by law enforcement. What in the hell kind of conclusion is that? Is it homicide or not? And the matter is unknown. You're the damn medical examiner. This is unknown to you? According to online records and court documents filed by the state opposing the release of the video at this time, they were still opposing the release of the video. It is an obvious attempted cover-up. Let's put up a picture of the LA County DA. A spokesperson from the DA's office said that the matter still remains under review. CHP Commissioner Amanda Ray, let's put up a picture of Commissioner Ray, California Highway Patrol, all right? They have declined to comment. Lawyers representing the California Highway Patrol and the officers in court filings have denied any unconstitutional or other types of wrong conduct and said they were performing their official duties impartially and fairly. Where is the common damn humanity? If somebody says I can't breathe, damn, believe them. If somebody says I can't breathe, breathing is important. Why is it? You have to ask this question. All of these cops, not one person tapped somebody on the shoulder and said, hey, back up a little bit, give him a little room. And here's the other side of this. It only takes one person who actually values humanity to change that whole situation. If one cop would have said, hey guys, let's back up for a minute. And that empowers you. Every single one of you that will see this segment, you are empowered in ways just like that. It only takes one person. If one cop would have said, just back away from him, he will be alive. He will be with his daughter, Isabella. He would not be a dead man today, and I would not be doing this segment about him. Jordan, what are your thoughts on this case?
I think you're exactly right. This reflects a collective disregard for humanity. If somebody just recognized his pleas and intervened, he would be alive. And this isn't the first time, sadly, that we've seen incidents like this. George Floyd and Eric Garner, like these are the same sorts of incidents where the cops just refused to stop restricting airflow. It's sadistic and it's cruel. And part of it's the training. It's this really hyper aggressive police training that they receive where everybody's an enemy, death is lurking around every corner. And just a fundamental disregard for a core component of what like community policing should be is just to protect and serve. That's never been the case. This is, the system working as it's really designed. And when you continue funding them, especially the more militaristic aspects, this is the result you're going to get. But while people might try to split hairs over semantics and, oh, well, was he resisting? Was he being aggressive? Look, the fact of the matter is, no matter what you're accused of, the punishment is never being killed on the spot by police, period, ever. That should never happen. But sadly it does, time and time and time again, and people will find new excuses to make to justify these unjust deaths.
Yeah, you have the right to due process in this country. Cops should try it.